The magnificent Colorado River is one of the natural wonders of the world. Originating high in the Colorado Rockies and running 1,400 miles to the Gulf of California in Mexico. Hi, I'm Robert Fuller. Please join me and my guest celebrities for the next 13 weeks. If you do, you'll share with us the excitement and adventure of exploring spectacular land created by the mighty Colorado River. My guest this week is Doug McClure. Doug has delighted audiences with his humor and charm on television shows like Out of This World, Matlock, and Evening Shade. But I think he is as much associated with the West as any actor I can think of. His portrayal of Trampas on the Virginian left us with wonderful memories of the Old West. I hope you'll have as much fun as I did with Doug on our first adventure. I'm standing in God's country, about 8,000 feet up in the Colorado Rockies, 85 miles west of Denver in Granby, Colorado. Now, some historians will tell you that the Colorado River starts as a trickle of water higher up in the Rocky Mountain National Park, and that's true. But that trickle flows into Lake Granby, and then flows out of this headwater to become the Grand, as she used to be called. Today it's called the mighty Colorado River. And it wasn't until 2,000 years ago that humans began venturing into these valleys and mountains. The Utes and then the Arapaho controlled this vast area until the United States government acquired 358 square miles in the huge Louisiana Purchase of 1803. In 1843, Scenes in the Rocky Mountains was written by Rufus Sage. He spent 4 years exploring the area. We hope to bring you some of the excitement he must have experienced in our adventure down the 1,400-mile run the Colorado makes to the Gulf of California. The Ute Indians call the land running along the Colorado from Granby to Glenwood Springs their Magic Valley, and for good reason. Each season here has its own magic for fishermen, hikers, hunters, and skiers. There is magic here for everyone. After Granby, the next town we'll visit along the Colorado is Glenwood Springs. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Long before the white man found and settled Glenwood Springs, the Ute Indians gathered here. They called the hot springs Yampa, which means big medicine. They felt that bathing in the hot springs made them better hunters. And then in 1880, overflow crowds from the nearby Leadville Gold Rush came here. They called their collection of tents and log cabins and dugouts and shacks Defiance. And then Isaac Cooper bought Defiance in 1885. And Sarah Cooper renamed the town Glenwood Springs to honor her husband's vision of turning Glenwood Springs into a world-class spa. The Hotel Colorado is a copy of the Medici Palace in Italy. The hotel was built in 1893 and has a world-renowned reputation as a grand and stylish hotel and spa in the European tradition. This is the world-famous Hot Springs Pool in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. The Ute Indians brought their horses here some 150 years ago because they felt the waters were healing. Since then, millions of people have enjoyed the healing benefits of these hot springs. I've tried them, and they feel great.
Well, now it's time to head over to the Hotel Colorado and meet our first guest.
Hey, Bob.
I don't believe it.
Believe what?
My old pal, Doug McClure, star of the Virginian, Men from Shiloh, and all those westerns, sitting out in front of the Hotel Colorado with a teddy bear. Now, what's this all about?
Well, I like teddy bears. I thought I'd bring me a little souvenir and bring it home for this Colorado River Hotel and the Colorado River Adventure. I want a souvenir for my wife.
Oh, for Diane.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay.
Diane, she's English, you know, and she always thinks everything originated from England. Well, the teddy bear originated right here at the Hotel Colorado.
Come on.
It did. Well, in 1905, Teddy Roosevelt came here. He used to come here all the time, and he used to go bear hunting. Well, this one time he went bear hunting, and he didn't get any bears. He felt real bad about it. Of course, Teddy didn't feel bad about it. Anyway, some journalist got wind of it, and he wrote this article and called it Teddy's Bear. Now, some toy maker, he heard of it, and he started making these here teddy bears. And that's how old Teddy got his name, and that's why he's sitting on my lap, and I like Teddy.
Well, I like that story. That's a good one, Doug.
I like it better than the other story I heard.
I'll tell you something about this hotel you don't know. This hotel originated in 1893. It's 100 years old now. Not only presidents stayed here, but gangsters stayed here. This was a great vacation spot for Legs Diamond, Al Capone.
I heard that the Navy commissioned this hotel into a hospital during World War II.
Yes, that's true too. Also, this hotel has lots of myths and legend. A lot of spooky things have gone on around here, and... Whew. Is that who I think it is?
Well, he looks like Teddy Roosevelt to me, but I didn't want to say anything. You probably think I'm losing it.
Let's go inside and find out.
Well, you sure you want to?
Yeah, come on.
All right. Come on, Teddy.
Sure is a neat old place, huh?
Oh, they don't make them like this anymore.
Hey, Doug, do you have any idea how many ghost stories are associated with this old hotel?
Really? You know, come to think of it, I get this feeling that Teddy Roosevelt's looking right through me.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling myself. Tell you what, let's take a walk through the hotel and see if we can prove or disprove some of these ghost stories.
All right, well, you go first.
You go first.
You go first.
Let's go together.
All right. You sure you want to do this?
Maybe we can get some peace and quiet in here.
I don't know about that. I heard that the staff cook came to work one morning at 6 a.m. and he heard some dishes being stacked out here in the dining room. And he came out and the noises stopped. Went back in the kitchen and the noises started up again. Well, this went on 3 or 4 times, and one time he came out and the noises stopped and went back in the kitchen, and this misty haze started developing in the kitchen, and it came all the way out here into the dining room and passed right through a waitress. Ooh, can you imagine?
Yeah, I can. Let's move on, huh?
Yeah, this place is getting on my nerves now.
Now, another ghost story associated with the hotel is about a little girl that fell off a balcony while playing with a ball. Throughout the years, guests have reported seeing a little girl dressed in a Victorian outfit playing ball with their children.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Anyway, Teddy had this kind of walrus-looking mustache, didn't he?
Let's go.
Yeah. Bob, look behind you. You see what I see?
I don't believe this.
You see it?
Don't do that!
Oh, it's you. Look, my bags are packed.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, okay.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I wasn't really scared.
Yeah. Move over, Abbott and Costello. Here comes Fuller and McClure.
Hey, Abbott.
All right, listen, we got one more legend to talk about in this town.
I know, Doc Holliday. Remember that movie? Burt Lancaster played Wyatt Earp. Kirk Douglas played Doc Holliday. Burt Lancaster said, "There'll be no more killing in this town. Now listen here. It's my saloon. It's my dentist chair. I know, kid. You told me. Be true to my teeth, and they won't be false to you."
I think I've heard that before.
I know. That's very good.
You know, there's a lot of legend and a lot of truth about Doc Holliday. One thing's for sure, he wasn't a man to mess around with. He was known to have killed 8 men and maybe a lot more.
Yeah, well, he had a Jekyll and Hyde personality. One minute reflecting his well-bred Georgian background, and next a crude gambler with a hair trigger, and boom, he'd shoot you quick.
He was a dentist by profession, but spent most of his life as a gambler. When he arrived here in Glenwood Springs in 1887, he was broke and dying of tuberculosis.
Yeah. You know, when he died, he was only 35. Some of his friends took up a collection to help pay for his funeral. Only 4 of them showed up.
Yeah, he's buried right here in Linwood Cemetery. There's a formal marker on the grave, but most folks say they're not really sure where his body's buried up there.
You know what's really sad about this? We're too old to play his life story.
Well, let's go dig him up and let him play it again. Well, I think it's time to lighten things up.
All right.
Don't go away.
We'll be right back.
Tell you what, Doug, you want to have some fun?
You bet.
You know, most people go down this river in those big rafts. Well, we got a couple of canoes, and I thought it might be kind of fun to go down in a canoe.
Canoe?
Yeah, I can row canoe.
Canoe? All right. Let's see who gets to that bridge first.
Okay, you got a deal.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are we ready? Hey, Stacy, where am I sitting?
Looks like we'll live. You'll be heading up front.
Our guides, Mitch and Stacy, are real professionals with years of river experience between them. And with great confidence, we make ready for our first adventure on the Colorado.
I wonder if Bob has any idea how little I know about canoeing. Phew, the sky looks pretty bad for someone who doesn't know much about the river.
Doug thinks I know what I'm doing. If he knew I'd only been in a canoe once in my life, and that one tipped over, he wouldn't want any part of this adventure.
I guess that's where that bridge is. It's down there around the corner.
Down around that bend, yeah.
Well, you know, it's getting a little windy here.
Yeah, there's a front coming, it looks like, but we're going to attempt it anyway. I'll tell you one thing. We've been here for 2 days, and I haven't seen any canoes going down. Only those big rafts.
I know.
So this ought to be kind of fun.
Yeah, this
And,
ought to be just like a
Doug,
barrel of monkeys, yeah.
It's cold.
It is cold. Whoa, 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 it's cold down there. Well, I remember that movie with the Kentuckian, with Kirk Douglas. Dewey Weber. No, it wasn't Dewey Weber. He was a surfer. Matter of fact, my surfboard.
Yeah, you're thinking of Deliverance.
Deliverance. That's with that guy. What's his name? A friend of ours.
Can you do him?
No, I can't. Who's that?
That's it. That's the laugh.
That's him. Okay, Fuller. I reckon I'll be ready whenever you
I
are.
guess it's going to be pretty quick now.
Oh, the weather don't look too good. Hey, Fuller. Whoa, rock. Oh, there's a big rock there. Whoa. Oh, my heart.
We'll aim into the wind, Doug, in case it comes up again.
First time the wind hit me, it took me backwards. That's another fine mess you got me into, Fuller.
Oh, go away. We'll be right back.
Little did we know what the Colorado had in store for us. Our guides, Mitch and Stacy, with some thoughts on our adventure.
The winds were fairly calm when we left here. You could see around the corner that they were pretty bad, up a half a mile. And I thought I was going to hug the inside of the corner, but we got going to the other side of the river, and that's where the wind was. Doug and I tried to paddle into the wind.
Oh, my heart.
We'll aim into the wind, Doug, in case it comes up again.
Well, with the raft, we have 10-foot oars, so you can pretty much, do a lot of pulling. With a canoe, you just have to paddle, and you don't have as much control, so the wind controls you a lot more. Even in a raft, it's tough to control in the wind. I've been blown all the way, from one side of the river to the other. Before we left, we were talking about Tippy Canoe and Tyler too, and they said we aren't going to tip, or Bob said we aren't going to tip. I go, I hope not, and I thought if we're going to tip, it's going to be in some, in the river and a little bit of rapids.
I thought if we ever got sideways, that would have tipped us over.
First time the wind hit me, it took me backwards.
Oh, just a huge gust of wind came up, and we're trying to keep our bow right into the wind, and it didn't work that way. It's wind just spun the canoe around, and this wall of water seemed like it came over the top, and next thing I knew, I was flipped over backwards and looked up, and there Bob was swimming, and he looked like he's doing all okay, so we just grabbed hold of the canoe and tried to get it over towards the raft and towards the shore. And there wasn't much we could do with a canoe full of water.
I mentioned to Doug, we can learn something from this. Never go canoeing in a 60-mile-an-hour wind. And that, he seemed to agree with that.
Well, we had an exciting first adventure on the Colorado. We also learned our first river lesson, the hard way. You best take a raft, not a canoe, down the Colorado. Well, I hope I didn't scare my old pal too much, because this was the last I saw of him. I wonder where he is. I hope you can join us next week when we'll be in Grand Junction, Colorado, with my guest, Alex Hyde White, the very dashing young actor from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Pretty Woman, and the Fantastic Four. See you then.